Hey guys, Little V here. Yes, you can use my music, and no, I don't do tabs. And welcome back to another How to Play with V. So, no cover video this week. I'm working on some secret projects. Some really f***ing cool secret projects, by the way. That, and it's just good to take a break once in a while, you know? Like pizza's great, but pizza every day, real bad. So, since it's been a minute, I think it's like 4 months actually now that I think about it, I figure it's time to dust off my teaching skills and walk you guys through how to play the Mortal Kombat theme. Now, I know in the last video I made of one of these, some people were asking if I could set up like a B cam, like a close-up cam for all the guitar stuff. I don't really have a second camera to do that. I've been using the same camera, the one you're looking at me through right now, or I'm looking at you through right now, since like 2012, and I've just never really upgraded it. So maybe in the future I'll get a second camera. I need to get a new camera. Also, I need like a lavalier system because this big clunky thing's kind of in the way. Sounds great, but boy does it's kind of an eyesore. All right, enough intro crap. We are playing in standard E, A, D, G, B, E, and I probably wouldn't recommend this if you're like a beginner, like you just started playing the guitar, because there's a few techniques going on here, and it might be a little overwhelming if you just started. By all means, feel free to give it a shot, but it's okay if you can't play it. It's a little tricky. So the song is in the key of C major, or A minor, basically all the white keys on a piano, which actually makes this incredibly easy to play on piano, a little bit trickier on guitar. As I mentioned in the intro, I don't do tabs. I find them really restrictive because it doesn't really teach you how to play the part. It teaches you how someone else played the part. You know what I mean? There's multiple ways to play this on the guitar that sound similar but have subtle differences, and you might like a different way of playing it than the way I play it. So I'm gonna show this lick to you guys in a way that doesn't require your hand to have to move out of this position. There are quite a few ways that require you to slide around. If you watched my video on it, I did a lot of moving around and stuff. But this way, it's nice and simple, especially if you're just starting out, because then you don't have to worry about repositioning your hands and such, right? And that way, every finger controls a fret. All right, so we're gonna break this down into 4 parts to make it a little bit easier to digest and kind of figure out. So the first section is, and that is A, C, A, D, A, E, D. Now, if you're new, that was probably way too fast, and you're probably like, what the hell? So we're gonna make this simple. I'm gonna talk about it in ways of fingers. Your first finger, your pointer finger, is 1. Second finger is 2. Third finger, 3. Pinky, 4, all right? So your first finger is on the 7th fret, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, of the D string, which should give you the A. So again, using just fingers, we're gonna go 1, 1, 4, 1, and then we're gonna go up to the next string. You can either roll your finger up to the next string or just full on bring it to the next string. It's your call, whatever more comfortable with you. I like rolling it. 1, 1, 4, 1, 1. That's on the G string, so the next string down from where you're looking. Back down to back up to A, and then 3, 1. That's on the G string as well. So one more time. 1, 1, 4, 1. Next string. 1. Back down. 1. Next string. 3, 1, 1, 1, 4, 1, 1, 1, 3, 1. All right, moving on to the second part. So you're just playing C, C, E, C, G, C, E, C, or you're playing a C chord. Now, your 4th finger is gonna stay on the D string, your 3rd finger is gonna stay on the G string, and your 2nd finger is gonna stay on the B string. So the only finger that really should be moving right now, the only part that should be moving is your right hand going between the different strings. So we've got 4, 4, 3, 4, 2, 4, 3, 4. Be especially aware on the going from 4 to 2, because you're skipping a whole string, right? If you're having trouble with that, I would practice just that part, because that does require you to jump between a few strings. All right, moving on to the third part. This part's definitely the trickiest part, just because it uses a lot of your pinky, pinky being your weakest finger. And if you're like me, you don't use your pinky a lot. You tend to cheat, use your third finger, and just move it over a little bit, and that's bad. Don't do that. Don't make my mistake, because now I'm trying to get this going, and it's a slow process. So the notes are G, G, B, G, C, G, D, C. Now with your fingering, your pinky is going to do a lot of moving here. It's going to jump a lot between strings. It is now on the A string on the 10th fret, so you've gone to the lower string. And you can use your third finger on the D string, so you can go 4, 4, 3, 4, and then you're going to jump your pinky up to the D string again, 4, and then back down to the A string, 4, and then you're going to skip to the G string, and you're going to go first finger, and then fourth finger, back down on the D string. So a little bit jumping around. One thing I'd recommend trying to do is just take your pinky and just go back and forth between the A string and the D string. Just going. Just to kind of get used to doing that, because it's something I need to work on a lot more, honestly. It's a little weak. I usually just go like a different finger or something. But my pinky, little weak. Gotta get this thing swole. We're gonna get you swole, buddy, I promise. So again, one more time slowly. 4, 4, 3, 4, 4, 4, 1, 4. Now that last part is starting with your second finger on the A string, and you're gonna go, let me think of the notes here for a second. F, F, A, F, C, F, C, B. Now with your fingers, your second finger is on the A string, everything else is on the D string. You're gonna go second, second, first, second, fourth, second, fourth, third. One more time. Second, second, first, second, fourth, second, fourth, third. Almost tripped up my own words there for a second. Sorry, I had a beer earlier. It was delicious. So that's all 4 of the parts. So we're going to play them really slow together. And let's see if we can really get it. Again, if you can't get it on your first try, it's okay. There's a lot going on here. It's a lot of jumping around. But again, this way saves you from having to jump around for parts around your guitar. So again, starting from D string, 7th fret. 1, 2, 3, and... So that's the whole intro. All right, let's try up to speed now. You ready? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Oof, almost used my third finger there. Bad habit. Don't do that. You gotta be strong. You gotta be big and strong like your brothers. So this next bit, we're gonna add the delay effect. That makes it sound really, really cool. If you don't practice with a metronome, it's gonna become painfully clear. So make sure you practice with a metronome, or this is gonna sound like shit. So I currently have mine set to 125 BPM with a dotted 8th note to get that thing. So if like tempo's here, around that kind of tempo, and you want a dotted 8th note feel to get that really cool spacey vibe. So we're gonna play it together. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and... Really, really, really cool spacey effect. I love that super cool dotted 8th delay effect and stuff. So you gotta be especially careful when using a delay pedal, because if you make a mistake, you make every mistake twice. All right, so earlier in the video, I trash talked tablature because it doesn't get you to experiment with different ways of playing this. There are multiple ways to play this lick on the guitar, and the way I showed you is not the way I like playing it. That's just kind of the easiest way to explain it using like fingers and stuff, and it doesn't require you to have to move around the guitar. This one does, and I like how it sounds better up here because using the smaller strings, the treble strings, so you get this really like sparkly kind of sound. Well, first off, turn your gain down a little bit, and if you got a coil split or a single coil of some type, this it becomes very, very obvious what I'm talking about. And you get this cool, like, sparkly kind of... Made a mistake there, don't mind me. Versus... And it's also a little bit of how I mute it and such. It's with my hand positioning and stuff. I like how it sounds better up there, especially when you add the delay. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and... You get that really cool, like Mass Effect 1 vibe, right? See if I remember how to play it. But yeah, you get that really cool, kind of like sparkling, super jangly kind of sound as opposed to doing it, you know, down here. Like, I'll give you a really extreme example. Here it is, like, all the way on the E string on, like, you know, way up here. So that's like, what fret is that? 12, 13, 14, 15, 17th fret. Versus... Right? So you get a very, very different tone depending on where you play it on the instrument. So again, it's one of the reasons why I don't like tablature, because it doesn't, you think, oh, it implies that it's the only way to play the lick. And especially when you're taking something that's not meant for guitar and taking it onto the guitar, you get lots of ways you can play it. And that's one of the things I really like, especially with a lot of the other cover artists and stuff online. It's cool. Cool interpreting things your own way. It's a lot of fun. That's why I do it. It's a lot of fun. All right, guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll be back next week with more covers and all that good stuff. Again, just really needed the break. Really needed to just kind of finish off some things that really excited to show you. And to all the new people who've heard my voice for the first time, yes, it does sound completely different from how it does when I scream. So, rock on, peace out, we'll see you next time. Bye.